Hello everyone, this is Aretha. Today I have a short, somewhat chatty video about the fact that as long as there's life ahead of you, it's never too late to pursue the things that you want. The idea for this video came from a conversation I had with my husband recently. Our daughter, who's almost 5, has been showing genuine interest in musical instruments. And my husband made a comment that made me stop and think. Now, for context, my husband is in his early 30s. He expressed that his biggest regret was that he never learned to play the guitar. And my response to him was, you are in your 30s. How long do you think you'll live? You've got 30 to 40 more years of life ahead of you. If you learn to play the guitar today, you would have decades ahead of you to enjoy it. So why did he write it off as his biggest regret? And I think we do that to ourselves a lot. Oh, it's too late to do this. But why is it? Now, it is true that our days are not guaranteed and any of us could be gone tomorrow. But by that logic, even in your 20s, you could be gone at any minute. So to write off decades ahead of you as if they don't count because you didn't do things in your teens or 20s is a little bit ridiculous, but how often do you do that? So another personal story to kind of illustrate this point is that I got my braces when I was already in my 30s. So I was a full-grown adult with a full set of metal braces with rubber bands and all of that, the whole deal. I was already married, had started a career. In fact, I put on the braces the day before I found out I was pregnant with our daughter. See, when I grew up in West Africa, braces were not really common practice for kids and teenagers. There wasn't a big focus on aesthetics when it came to teeth. We had dental care and that was it. And I think braces were considered more to be an aesthetic thing than a health-related thing. I have since learned that that's not necessarily true because misalignment of your teeth and your jaw can create real problems. But that's a topic for a completely different video. Bottom line is I got braces as an adult. And before I got the braces, I had a few people ask me why I was even bothering with doing that. They said, you made it until your 30s, you're fine, you could probably just live the rest of your life like that. And the implication in all the comments I got was that it was probably too late for me to do something so drastic. Now, keep in mind that I wore braces for 2 full years. And I'll tell you what, I'm really glad that I moved forward with that and got the braces despite all the comments I was getting. My braces have been now for a few years now, and I can honestly say that that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. So if you're worried about the amount of time it'll take you to learn something or do something, don't worry about it. Time will pass anyway, and I suspect that in 2 years you will be really glad that you got the braces or that you started your guitar lessons. Because in 2 years you get to be a completely different version of you, and that's pretty exciting. So whenever you find yourself thinking that, oh, it's not, what's the point, I'm too old, it's too late, I would like you to challenge that. Life is short, but life is also long. You can do a lot in a decade. You can do a lot in 3 years. You can enjoy a lot in 1 year. It is absolutely worth it to do the things you want to do that will improve your quality of life. Your quality of life matters today, but it will matter next year. It will matter in 10 years. It will matter in 20 years. And then you'll be really glad that you made the investment of time now. I think it's interesting that when we reach our 30s or 40s or 50s, I don't know how old you are, but we look back and we feel like our best years are behind us. And what a crazy idea. When you think about it, when you're 30, you've only been an adult for maybe a decade of your life. So the first 10 years of your life, you were a kid. You weren't really living your own autonomous, independent life. Maybe not even the first 10 years, maybe your first 20 years. You were a kid, you were living on someone's schedule, you were following someone else's lead, you weren't your own person. So when you think about it, you've only truly experienced your own life the way you wanted it since you've been an adult. But I'm not saying that our early years don't matter, but think about your first 10 to 18 years. No matter how progressive and understanding your parents were, you were still under their guidance, and you followed a path that was laid out for you. When did you really step into who you are today? Probably somewhere in your 20s. So if you're 30 today, you should not feel like half of your life is gone because you've only really stepped into your life within the last decade. And this has felt like a lifetime to you. So imagine what 4 more decades, 5 more decades could look like. It's not too late for you to learn a new language, to wear braces, to learn to play the guitar, learn to do the splits, travel, take art lessons, switch careers. Stop thinking that your life is supposed to happen in the past, because there's a lot of life ahead of you, and it is still totally worth it to pursue the things you secretly want. Don't write them off just yet. And the great thing about the internet is that there is inspiration all over the place. You can find someone in your age range that has done something amazing. I suggest you follow them. Stop following people younger than you who are doing things that make you feel bad about the fact that you didn't do the same things when you were their age. It is not too late to become who you want to be and build the life you want. Drop a comment below and remember to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.